Lehman was walking Willow the other day and saw a guy in a full Miami Heat issue gear outfit talking on the phone. And he was like clearly talking about Jimmy Butler and seemed very upset. And I was, I wish I was there to eavesdrop on that one.
When you say full gear, do you mean like jersey?
Like the issue gear.
Oh, or like tracksuit type.
Like an employee
deal.
of the Heat.
Okay.
I'm
like a
I'm
shirt
not.
and pants,
I don't know what this person looked like, so I don't feel like I'm snitching on them. But someone who works for the Heat was complaining on the phone, and Lehman was walking by and was like,
that's the worst. Because I mean, we like have a show that's relatively public in South Florida, and so every time I'm like at dinner complaining about all of you, I'm a little worried that someone's going to overhear, because every once in a while someone will walk up, oh, hey, Jer Bear, huge fan of the show. And now I'm worried that they've heard everything that I've said about how much I hate Chris.
Worst place that you can get recognized by a fan? I have a nominee where it's
in the
happened to me.
bathroom at High Lie.
Well, that's a good one.
That's actually a good one.
Chris Whittingham.
Yeah, I would go with a strip club.
That's happened
Never
to
good.
you?
Yeah, like a long time ago. Obviously, I'm saying it. Everything's cool. I was allowed to be there.
I feel like that's a common place for a sports personality to get recognized, though.
But it's just a little
right, like a lot of
rattling.
middle-aged dudes hanging around.
Usually, I don't know if
Now
you're
you're like, are they
club.
watching me?
If you end up at a strip club, you're having a night. So,
Right.
you know, you're not generally like in the... So
Jeremy, did that happen to you at the Georgia Aquarium?
Yeah, several times.
it was just... it's happened to me one time, and it was just I immediately left. I was
think
like...
the bathroom is still worse.
Yeah.
When you're taking a shit.
That's true.
The shit
Which
is
what happened
worse.
to Chris Whittingham.
No,
But
well, I was there when
second.
so apparently it happened twice to Chris, I think.
Oh, God.
No, was he in the shitter? No, he wasn't the shitter. I think it's the same place.
Should I call him?
It was at High Lie. He's not
Hey,
gonna
Kyle.
pick it. He's
Yeah,
working. You got a big day.
Is he?
Yeah, it's Champions League day.
Oh.
Yeah.
Even better way to call
Call
him
him
and
like, hey, you're not
all
busy.
that, yeah.
During, like, who's playing? Man U?
No, everybody.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
final day, so it's one of those days where like
just
everybody
naming
plays at the
teams.
same time.
I think I heard he's doing like a
Oh.
post-game show, so he's
he
fine.
is. Oh, that's true. He's got a couple hours. Call
Yeah,
him.
he's fine. I should call him?
Yeah, call him. Call him.
Well,
See what he
they're
picks
6
up.
hours ahead.
What are we
so-
asking him?
He's
How
6
many
hours
times did you get called out while you were on the shitter? Mike Fuentes' words, not mine.
No.
I say bathroom.
John is a popular one, I think.
My grandma says John.
Yeah, it's an older
But
one.
She's from Chicago, so she says John. I gotta go to the John.
Witty and I don't generally phone call. We text. So
I go to the
he's
loo.
probably rattled by this.
No, he's gonna know this is Mr.
Yeah, for sure.
Woody definitely
See if he
says
listens. I'm
Lou,
gonna call him
or the
Kyle.
water closet.
100%. The water
WC.
closet.
He's not going to pick
What's
up.
up, man?
Hey, Kyle.
Jesus Christ.
hey, so you're on the show right now, and we're talking about when you got recognized at the highlight bath, like in the highlight bathroom, taking a shit. Can you just paint that picture for the audience real fast?
Yeah, this previous Mystery Crate episode that I told this story. Yeah, so basically, I went into the bathroom. I knew it was a number 2, despite the fact that I was walking in with, I would say, probably 2 or 3 other members of the show. I was hoping that I would just kind of survive in there, and you guys would all
Outlast
leave
them.
and forget that I was there. That sadly did not happen. And then a fan of the program also recognized us as we walked in. And so I was just kind of sitting there. I still heard him blathering on because he was a little inebriated, from what I recall.
They always are.
So he just kept banging on and on in a bathroom filled with other patrons of the Magic City Casino, mind you. And he just decided to, as I was sat there waiting for him to leave, bark out to a bathroom full of people, "Hey, Witty's shitting!" And that was as uncomfortable as it gets.
Did it happen to you more than once?
Witting.
No, it was the one and only time that
Okay,
I was
good.
found by a
That's what I
listener of the
thought.
show to be shitting at the Magic City Casino. This is a one-off, if you can believe it.
Fun. On the way out here, who you taking in the Super Bowl?
I'm not telling you.
But I love you. Me and Witty are in a big pool where like I need to know who's taking so I can take the opposite because my only chance of winning is if Witty doesn't get it. So that's
Didn't this happen to you last year?
it did happen to me. The Chris.
I feel like he's gonna take the Eagles to be a contrarian.
if you
Or to
who's-
be the Chiefs.
a
'cause he thinks he's
contrarian.
gonna
This
take
is
the
actually a
Eagles.
good thing to dissect. If you are ahead in a pool, what's the safe pick in this Super Bowl? Like, who would you think the person in the lead in a pool would be taking in this? You go with Mahomes,
I
right?
think if you don't pick the Chiefs and the Chiefs win, you feel like the bigger
Yes.
idiot.
Yes.
That's what I would be
so.
going
I
off
need to
of.
go Eagles, probably.
You got to go with the favorite.
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
I'm the one
No.
trying to gain ground.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You got to
trying
take a
do
chance.
right.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm leaning.
Witty has to go Chiefs. You
Yeah.
have to go
That's where
Eagles.
I'm, and I hope he doesn't listen to this because then he'll know my plan.
He's definitely gonna listen. To
But
it.
it's not just me. He's got like 3 people there too.
No,
So
but I
Witty-
think you have to go with the favorite. Like,
Yeah.
you have to go with Patrick Mahomes. You can't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You know?
Can we take the shot of Jess? No. What's happening?
I don't know.
Zoomed in on my mouth.
but blurry.
Hey, Izzy.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Mystery Crate, everyone, by the way.
Hey.
I'm holding here a Greg Cote show sticker, and on the back it inexplicably says Rory Sparrow.
Oh,
I know this one.
was
What
this
was
for
this
a
one?
top 5 list?
Top 5 list of athletes
if
who
they were
connote
birds?
Birds.
No?
tires.
Oh, tires.
Spare. That's why he underlined spare.
Sparrow.
Yeah.
I got, okay.
Look at you.
Sparrow.
Can I tell
My
you?
hero.
can I
You
tell
know you're Greg Cote.
Well, your dad's best one wasn't even that one, and I don't know if Stu's going to use this, so I'm probably going to ruin it.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill.
Oh, that is good.
I mean, he's just
Little
out
bit of a
nowhere,
stretch.
I think
just off the
Sparrow
I mean,
is
it's
better.
tire right in
Yeah.
the name.
Tyreek.
How many names can you come up with tires? I'm trying to think of like every brand.
Well, wait. Stay tuned for the top 5 list.
Yeah. Coming in 2029.
Teddy Bridgestone Water. No, that's
No,
not-
that's
No
pretty
bad
good.
ideas. No bad ideas.
that one was bad.
We excited for the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm just going to eat a lot of wings probably, like last year.
I'm actually working on a top 5 tips for Super Bowl snacking without getting judged.
Ooh.
Okay.
Can you give us a preview?
I
Can
give
you
a
wait? Can
preview.
you specify what that means?
Well,
Teddy
'cause
Atlas.
like most people go to a. That's good. That's good. Most
Thank you.
people go to like some sort of gathering where there's a lot of food, and you don't want to be the guy at the party that everyone sees. Like Chris has been at the kitchen snacking for like 3 straight hours.
Okay.
Like, so I want my snacking to go under the radar. You know, should I just do it now? I have a couple of them.
Top 5 white sauces.
No, that's another one that I haven't gotten to yet.
That's what you've been
No,
working on
save
that one
it.
for a few
Cilantro,
years
Save it.
now.
cilantro garlic, number 5.
Are
Naturally.
you excited for the Super Bowl, Mike Fuentes?
Different perspectives. The actual game, yes. The week leading up, not so much.
Oh, because you got to work it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are
come
you-
on. Are you doing that thing where you're acting like you're just like a lot of people here aren't going to New Orleans? You're going.
I
Who
don't,
is going? I don't even think we've
It's the
said.
the GBF crew and then Dan and Mike,
and then some
basically.
social people, camera people.
oh, there's
Wait,
a lot
Dan's
of people
going to the
going.
Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
it's a
Dan
good-
will be out there later in the week to do the
He's
Dan
doing
and
the Dan and
thing.
Dan event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Laquan Treadwell, which is the most amazing
Really
answer
good.
that
That
was
is a
just
good
told
one,
in my
yeah.
ear a few minutes
Really
ago.
good.
Who came up with that? Who's back there that would have gave you that?
You guess.
I mean, it's Lewis,
Taylor.
right?
I thought
No,
was
it has to be
GQ.
Taylor. It has to be.
There's
Taylor.
no way
It's not
GQ.
Taylor.
Has to be Taylor.
Danny?
Who's sitting?
No, it was
Taylor.
Taylor. I
Taylor?
like that. Look at that.
Taylor-
Taylor, I do not recognize your whisper voice yet.
Taylor just said in my ear that he would kill to go to Super Bowl with Stugotz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you do it.
So if,
I just don't think people realize how much work it is.
if Taylor plays in a flag football
They're long
tournament
days.
that I'm not playing in, but my partner Anthony is playing in, should we make a show out of this? Should we record everything Taylor does and doesn't do?
I was about to say, have you invited? Is he playing?
Yeah,
He's
I
going
mean,
to?
he's been asking about practices, so I think he wants to at this point. I also, it's a little pressure if you played for a major, college institution.
I don't wanna
There's going to be
speak-
people on the team that they're going to expect really good things of you.
I don't want to speak as his representation, but we're hearing that it's very, very far these practices for him. Maybe you get like a car
So
service.
it's
Yeah,
already
for
been
a,
discussed.
for a guy with no car.
I mean, he's going to have to show me a couple Welker routes before I go send a car for him.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be my best. Well, I'm not playing, but you got to be the best receiver on the field if I'm sending cars for you.
I think Taylor's living off one highlight that was on an ESPN spring game.
I would bet that Taylor would be a really good flag football player.
Yeah, I mean, seems like he's got a frame to be a solid
He's
slot
very
receiver.
determined. I will
Yeah.
say that about Taylor.
Seems like a really good athlete.
He walked on to a D1 school, I think, more than.
But did he
we
stay
did.
on? I think that's the key.
He got,
right?
he got
Anybody
injured.
can walk
he got
on.
injured. He got injured.
Not anyone can walk on.
Yeah.
No?
I couldn't do
No,
it.
not at especially not at like a
Not at
power
North Carolina.
power four
I
school.
mean, you
Yeah.
can't walk on and get a uniform, but you can walk on. Just try out.
I think if you walk on, you get a uniform, don't you? You just get like a bad number.
Taylor, did you have a
Taylor, let
number?
us know.
Yeah, you
Taylor-
can tell one of us in our ear.
He's under the desk. He's busy.
He was number 29 as a receiver. God.
Not a great number.
That's definitely a walk-on receiver number.
I still want to do my bit that where I rank all 100 jersey numbers. Just
Ooh, I like
should-
that idea.
You should
have
do it-
I have a doc where it's like number 99, 47.
Can we do this?
99's got to be higher than 47.
No, I'm saying number
99 is way cool.
Like
Yeah.
number
Oh,
100.
number 99 is 47.
It's-
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
okay. 47 is
98.
definitely
51.
47's in the
Bottom
90s.
10.
Yeah, way down the
Can
bottom.
we do this
yeah.
like, was it Rick Springfield's favorite colors?
Yeah,
Dan's
such a
favorite
good
colors.
list.
On,
Rick
do on
Spring-
Mystery Crate where
every week
I
you give us
reveal
one.
one of them.
69.
There you go. I like that.
I mean, 69 because of how it's just.
It's a good number,
It's
but
a,
it's a
69 's
bad-
top 5.
It's a bad football
it's a
number,
crowd
though.
pleaser.
Yeah, but it's
actually
haha.
not for an offensive lineman. Not terrible.
It's
you can do much
fine,
worse. You can
but
do
I'd
worse.
rather not be 69.
Yeah, That's true, because then you're always getting the like from the.
Do you
that
do the
group.
list from
Nice
number
block,
1
man.
to number 100? So like the most popular to the league? Because I'm kind of is it
not
71?
popular.
Like what's going to
It's
be the
best and
worst
worst.
possible number?
Yeah, I'm almost more
47,
intrigued by
I
the
think, is
worst
up
one.
there.
71, ironically, is number 71.
It can't be a prime number because prime numbers are
Good
kind of
joke.
cool, and 47 is a prime number. I'm 47 years old, by the way.
69 is like a top 20 number.
Can I give
guys,
you- can I
just
get-
because of how like it's
47,
a
huh?
conversation starter.
Can I give you my top 5 numbers off the top of my head?
Okay.
Number 5 is going to be 88.
No.
Maybe in the early 90s or
Michael
like
Irvin.
I know, but now no receiver wants to wear 88 anymore.
That's
It makes
like
you
a
look
kicker
fat.
number now.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh, wow. I'm totally off here. Number 4 is 99.
99's good. 99's
Wayne
a top
Gretzky.
tier number,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Number 3 is 3.
We're doing this through football, correct?
I'm doing it just all sports in general.
Okay.
Number 3 is 3.
Because 99's only good in football.
I was going to say
Yeah.
number 3 is not great.
99 is like Brett Kiesel.
Yeah.
That's good
3 is
number.
not great in football.
It's good in basketball
No,
because
3 is good.
Anyways,
It's okay. It's not top 5.
Why have receivers given up on the 80s?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm
No.
telling you,
They got the
it makes
Not
you
all
look
of them.
fat.
They got the power because it was like at one point in the NFL you had to wear it through these numbers, and then they were like,
Doesn't
anyone
CeeDee Lamb
can-
wear 88?
He does.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Antonio
I'm just
Brown
saying,
was 84. That
You
was
see,
not that
but you
long
see a
ago.
lot more now. Now that they're allowed to, a lot of teens, a lot of single-digit receivers.
But you used to see all numbers in the 80s, right? 80.
There used to be rules.
88 was Alvin Harper.
There used to be rules. They
Right.
did loosen the rules.
They used to.
It's
You
very
used to
weird
have
now.
to be in a certain window if you're what position, and
I know,
Yeah.
but now we think of like Justin Jefferson. He's not
yeah,
gonna wear 80s.
no, like Jamar Chase, isn't he 5?
What
Or is he 1?
I think
He's 1.
I think he's
Yeah,
1.
But he's a single
Yeah.
digit.
Well, 1 is my number 2. So yeah.
Where's number 2?
Oof,
That can't be
not in the
Dude,
top 5.
we have to save this
Not
so
in the
Chris
top
can
five.
No,
unveil
this is
one a
good-
week at a
this is good
time
mystery
Yeah.
Craig.
over the next 2 years.
What if we
This
draft
is my
numbers?
top 5. This is my top 5.
I think
I need his top 100.
I'm pretty sure I had the worst football number as 37. Like, if you're safety and you're 37, what running back is 37? Like, it's a
38
bad
is
number.
worse.
You know what?
Eckler's 30.
Maybe it's my own
30
feelings.
is not the same as 37.
It's true.
It's a
That's
different
right.
number.
I look down on the number 7. Like, I don't like 77. I don't
but
like
it's a lucky
67.
number.
I don't
Yeah,
like
lucky
57.
number. 77
That's
is an
like your
offensive
whole
lineman.
O-line, though.
Yeah,
is all
seven.
Do you
70s.
have a 0 and
27.
a double 0 or just 1 0?
Nah, get out of
They
here.
have
Think
to be
about
two.
like
Love
DBs
double
though.
zero.
If a DB's wearing 27 or
Wait a minute.
37, you're like, ugh.
So if we include if you include
38
0,
is worse.
27, no.
if you
38's not
include
great.
0 and double 0, there's going to be 2 numbers left out of the top 100
Whoa.
because it's only 1 to 100.
Are you allowed to have a double 0? I don't think
You
so.
are in some sports.
In
no?
Basketball, you are.
basketball,
We're
you
talking
are.
about football. I thought this was about
I
professional
thought
football.
so too, but then we said any sport all of a sudden.
Oh, that's a completely
Yeah,
different.
way
That's,
different.
that's yeah.
Number one is 13.
Oh, number 1 is 23. Number 1 is clearly 23.
because that's a basketball
Izzy,
thing.
you're talking about a different
basketball. You're talking about
sport.
basketball.
Think about how cool Randy Moss looked wearing 84. If that today,
Randy
it
Moss
doesn't
looked cool
slap.
because
It
it was
doesn't
Randy
slap.
Moss. It was Randy Moss,
If he
yeah.
was 84
Nobody's ever
today,
Could've worn anything.
if he was
He could've
84
worn
today,
anything,
you'd
yeah.
be like, no. It slapped in the early 2000s.
Any double looks okay, except maybe 55.
I'm sorry,
don't
but
like
Michael
77.
Jordan's
55
number.
is not bad.
Michael Jordan's number crosses sports.
It does.
Like,
23
It does to baseball.
It's a top 5. No, even football.
But-
23 is a top 5.
But the thing about 23 is it's been abused. Too many people wear it. It doesn't have respect anymore.
Guys, 23 and 10 are just have to be top 10 numbers.
10 is gold. Yes.
10?
10 is across
Really?
sports. Yeah, it's the
Across
best,
sport. If we're
best
doing
player
across
at
sports.
soccer.
If we're doing across sports.
Then your
think
number 10 in soccer is
10
dealing.
and 23, it might be the top 2
To me, if you're double figures and it's not like a meaning like Michael Jordan, I think it's got to be repetitive numbers. I think it's got to be just for the symmetry. A 1 and a
Yeah.
0, I feel like I'm kind of falling
Jimmy
over.
Butler 22, yuck.
33, top 10 for me.
Really? Is that besides Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Like what?
Larry Bird.
Okay, that's a good one.
What about Shaq? do we associate Shaq with
Shaq
32
also
or 34?
Oh wait, I thought he was 33. No,
No.
you're right. It's 34 and 32.
32. I think 32 was Laker Shaq or was
Magic.
that Miami Shaq?
That's Magic.
Yeah,
So 30.
I think 34. Lakers Shaq is
Later
where
Shaq is 34.
Best decision Kobe ever made going to 24. 8. Ugh.
Yeah.
I like 8.
like
Eight
It's
was
okay.
my
I like
first
8.
number. 8's my top 10 for
That
sure.
was my-
LeBron-
I love how we all
That's
just like
number 2.
if you wore 8, I like 8.
Notice the racism of not including 42 assholes.
Wow.
Is Jackie Robinson?
We're going to cut that out. Wow. Unnecessary.
That's why I took out 45.
Yeah.
That's not
Oh,
racism. It's
yeah.
just hatred.
LeBron made 6 cool. Stole it from Mario Chalmers.
I think that was just
Is
LeBron.
Malik Neighbors 6?
Yeah, that was
Is he?
LeBron flexing on us. Of look, I can make any number cool. I'm gonna wear 6.
Taylor just said 6 was the worst number in my head.
6 is not great.
What does he know? Fucking walk on. All right.
Can we
of,
bring
all,
in?
of all the single digit numbers, what's the worst? Let's do this. Let's do it by group. Like single digit, what's the worst? Teens, what's the worst?
4.
I don't think-
Single
no.
digits.
We're gonna end up with a
Ooh.
lot of 7s, folks.
4 is not.
four is not
4 is
great.
not a bad answer.
Four
Who's
I
worn a
like
good
4.
number
That's
4?
great.
Let me think.
4 is probably the closest one.
The only one I can think of is Lou Gehrig.
Yeah,
and that's a
good.
long
We know where that- all right,
time
we
ago.
can all agree 4, the worst single digit.
Yes.
Yeah, good for
I'm
us.
going to write down 4 as number
Next
10.
in the teens, you can't beat 17's the worst.
Here you are with
No,
the
isn't
7.
that-
I don't
Patrick.
like the
Josh
7.
Allen?
17 is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, there are.
17 is
There's
cool.
you can
okay.
find a good player at every number.
I would argue that when it comes to the teens, I would
would
say
be
probably
14?
16. 16 is the worst.
14 is my lucky
14's
number in
bad.
roulette. See, that's a personal. I have a personal attachment to 14.
No, Thierry
Deshaun
Henry wore
Watson
14.
is 4.
No, 16 is the worst teen number.
Who was for?
16,
Deshaun
not
Watson.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
I
it's the
don't
worst.
love 19.
Really?
I got nothing
great.
good to say about
11
19.
and 15 are strong, right? We all agree. 11 has the 1-1.
Yeah, 15 is pretty good.
just-
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I think 16 is where we're going to land on this.
I'm going with 19,
19?
for me.
It's
19 is not my favorite teen.
I'm going to go with 12 because I hate Tom Brady.
12 is also
Yeah.
pretty, kind of whatever. All right. In the 20s, I'm going to nominate
27.
27 is not great. You're right. 27
I'm
is not
telling
great.
you, folks, we're going to end up with a lot
Chris
of
is
like,
right down the middle on
okay.
everything except his opinion on 7s.
Yeah, he really hates 7. It's
Ironically,
Is 21 good?
Yeah, 21's
That's
awesome.
the top
Magic.
number for me.
Yeah, top one for me. Yeah.
Really?
21, 23. 22 is kind of weak.
Ironically,
No,
my,
I like
my
22.
favorite
22.
number involving a 7, 77.
Of course.
Year of my birth. But I am with you on this
Aw.
one. I got to go with 27.
27,
In the 20s,
yeah.
my least favorite.
Yeah.
I can't think of a
What
single.
about 28?
Nah, 28 is my birthday. Got to ride with it.
Chris, why are you so afraid of 7s? Is it because 7, 8, 9?
He just gave 7 some love.
I thought, like, this is a better bit if you just are talking about football.
Yeah,
if you're
that's
talking
true.
about birthdays and birth
I-
years and everything, it
Yeah.
just changes the bit.
I did do this through the football prism because it's really the only sport that uses.
Well,
like,
not
all
all the
100
numbers,
numbers,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
we're really just doing preference now.
right.
Like, we
Right.
get
We're
to-
just saying which numbers we,
We like,
It's
yeah.
a different,
Like
it's a completely
37,
different game.
worthless.
Thank you. This guy gets it.
37's terrible. It makes no sense. It's just stupid.
You know what's also bad? 47.
No. Again, it's a prime number. You can't get rid of prime numbers.
I know
love
what a prime
47.
number is.
Actually, 43 I'm not partial to.
No, I like 43.
Yeah, really?
38 can go to hell. I don't
38. You're so
I
right.
feel the same way.
38
to
also
hell.
sucks.
Useless.
Straight to hell.
Okay, now we're in the 50s. What do you like about the 50s?
How old are you, Fuentes? It's probably your
Quiet.
current least favorite.
51.
number.
Get
I'm
it out
actually
of here.
embracing 40
I
very
like
much. Thank you.
51.
All right.
51 has a weird.
Ichiro.
51 is a weird aesthetic.
Stop saying one good player for every number. That's
I'm
not
just
like
saying
an argument
players.
for the
50,
number.
52 weak.
52 weak.
52 is weak.
You're right. I take it back what I said about 51.
Not 57 too. Not a lot of good
57.
50s.
You're right. You
Not
make a good point. 7. It just sucks.
But the 50s in general only really has 55.
it's all they got.
No,
When
51.
Chris's daughter turns 7, you're just going to
51's
ignore
okay.
her for an entire year. It's like,
Well,
talk
but-
to me
but-
when
We
you're
haven't
ready.
like-
spoken since December.
Let's go up. 50.
Oh, she's 7 already?
50's cool. We'll go with 50. 51, Jess likes it. 52, not great.
There's a lot of good linebackers in the 50s. It's going to be hard
I
for
mean,
me
Ray
to hate
Lewis
on all
is
the
52.
50s.
I'm out on 53. Does nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing for me.
Okay, I'll
53's
agree
weak.
with you on 53.
You know what?
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
I hate all the 50s, honestly.
Yeah, a lot of,
Do you
not
hate
a lot
them
of
more
good
than the
50s.
70s?
50's good.
50's good. Everything else,
Yeah.
yeah. What about 60s?
See, 60s, if we're keeping it in the offensive line, I'm sorry, in the football prism, like you could put any number on an offensive lineman, and I'm like, okay, you might be pretty good.
Yeah, 51, you're like,
61
that's a
through-
backup.
Yes. The 61 through 69.
60 to me is way better. Like, I could picture as a lineman wearing all the 60 numbers, but if you throw a 51 at me or a 57, I'm like, get out of here. What am I, a third stringer?
Yeah, but if you
What
put
am I, practice
55
squatter?
on a defensive player,
55.
like you've got Joey Porter, like
You're
you've
right.
got some great
Great, yeah.
linebackers.
Oddly enough, 60 is my least favorite of the 60s.
You know what?
I think
You might be right.
might be
I think
right.
I'm killing this game, by the way.
61, Tim Ruddy.
Do you think this is fun to listen to?
Stop naming random players
All the
associated with a
people
number,
in our
Chris.
car, in our car, or in their car right now listening, are saying
100%.
numbers out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all thinking.
We're
they're
basically
thinking.
in the car with them.
Yeah.
They're trying
Are
to
you
guess.
guys having a good ride?
Let's all
Yeah,
close
they're-
our eyes. No, keep your eyes open if you're in the car.
They're trying to guess what number we're going to say
both.
we don't like. I guarantee they're trying to do that.
Yeah.
Where
So-
are we at? 70s?
No, they're sitting in the
60s,
car and
some
they're
of
like,
the 60s.
37 is the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah, they're like, what? I wore that in high school. Like, yeah.
Yeah, 60 for me of the 60s is my least favorite. Which goes in the 60s, right? Not
64 sucks.
Through the football
No, I
prism,
like 64.
we all agree. Through the football prism, if you're an interior lineman, guard, center, you're in the 60s.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
Tackles,
isn't Quentin
70.
Nelson 56?
Tackles are in the 70s. Interior 60s.
if you're 56.
If I'm a tackle wearing number 64, ugh, I'm a third stringer.
I'm gonna have to say 60, 62 kind of seems bland.
I'll even change numbers on Madden.
Right, 62?
If my left tackle's wearing number 64, I'm changing him to 77. My left tackle needs to be wearing number 77.
I agree with you.
Yeah. It looks
70s
sleek.
is
No,
an interesting
74
group.
and 76 are good left tackle numbers.
that a Jake
Joe
Long
Alt was
thing?
76, I
60
think.
stuff.
What did
though.
we
That's
decide
what
on
I
for the
don't like.
60s?
Mine
60 was
is
the worst.
60. 60.
60
Yeah.
flat? Okay,
Yeah.
60.
Well, how do we feel about 66? Because you're 1-6 away from,
I would say of all,
repetitive. I like it.
because
Yeah.
we've all agreed that the double numbers is a positive.
Always.
The worst of those is 66.
I was going to say 33 or 44.
44.
Hank Aaron.
I would say 44.
It's 70.
33 is a
Man, you
lot
guys
in the
are
morning. I
really
would say 44.
dismissing baseball.
I've never heard of. I don't know even know. what
Hank
you're talking
Aaron?
about.
He wore
Baseball?
44?
I've
Yeah,
never heard of
44.
that.
He did wear 40.
We're in the 70s now, right?
Also, the 77 thing for you, Chris, of your left tackle needing to be 77 is just because Jake Long's the only good left tackle the Dolphins have ever had, and that's what he wore.
It's fair.
Could have
Yeah.
had Matt Ryan.
I'm trying to think.
I still think that.
You just said
Seven-
Hank
been the right
Aaron.
pick.
71 seems weak. So does 78.
How would we think of Hank Aaron differently if his name was Aaron Hank?
Probably not
What
at all.
sports
Yeah.
star could we flip their first and last name and we're like, that's a better name?
Isn't this a Dan bit?
Have we done this?
Oh no, maybe we
Donovan
haven't.
I
Mitchell.
don't know.
Mitchell Donovan's great.
Mitchell Donovan's a good name.
No, Donovan Mitchell's a way better name.
Yeah,
think so?
Because then
Yeah.
Mitch Donovan? No,
Because
okay.
it's a 3-syllable, 2-syllable thing. It's just better.
What if
Donovan
we did
Mitchell.
Marquez Valdez Scantling and went Scantling Valdez Marquez?
Yo.
How about a guy
Whoa.
named James LeBron? Jimmy LeBron?
Mahomes Patrick.
Well, that's a last name, first name thing. You gotta do two names that are first names.
Yeah.
And Jimmy LeBron is just like a 3-and-D guy.
Jimmy, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he's in the league. He's kind of cool.
He's a
but,
rubber band guy. He's
right.
not, Sioux Falls 1 week. He's in Miami the next.
Just
86 is my least 80.
There we go.
Yeah. So we just skipped 70s? I said
We
78.
already went over 70.
What was it?
What was the least one? What's our least of that?
I think 71
73.
is 73.
Yeah.
Okay.
73.
Yeah, not a big 73
Yeah,
fan.
73
Never,
kind of
never
weak.
have been.
It's okay. It's just I don't.
It's kind of like 37.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not the
I
best.
don't love 79 either.
Yeah, 79's weak too. Yeah. For the 80s, I'm gonna throw out a 82.
Yeah, I agree with you, actually. I was
82.
just thinking that in my
Yeah,
head.
it seems worthless.
88's the best 80s.
88's the best.
For
yeah.
sure.
No doubt.
87.
87's good too.
So
like 87.
aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. 82.
82 is weak.
82.
Yeah. Weak. Not a great
Don't
one.
love 80, but 82 is
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Reagan administration. Get 82.
Yeah, guy, take the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Yep.
Jason Witten was 82, I think.
I hate it
Was
even
he?
more.
Or was
Yeah.
he 80?
I think you're right.
Was he 82?
Yeah.
Nice. Find out. 90s now. Big number 90s. 90s has a lot of bangers.
Love 99.
Yeah, 99's great. 98's great. 97's great.
Yeah.
It's like 91.
These
I
are all
like-
radio stations.
I like
now.
90. I like 96 because it's an inverse.
Yeah. Back to
I'm
back.
trying to think of athletes' names I could flip.
I saw somebody say cuddling is just 99ing, and I'm never not going to use that from now on.
99. That's just spooning.
No, not.
Should I
yeah.
call my wife and ask her if she wants a 99 later?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle.
I got 91. It's my least favorite of the 90s.
92 is not that
I
much
think I'm
better.
back on the
No,
90s
that's James Harrison.
97 train.
93 is pretty good too.
Okay.
I think 91 is the one that's probably, but even though
Yeah.
91.
I think we murdered this game.
Yeah,
good.
we killed it, guys.
So, Chris,
good.
you'll be prepared next week to start your countdown of the 100
Yeah,
best
I
numbers
want to hear.
individually?
I want to hear the top 100.
One a week.
We'll do one a week.
We're gonna go.
And in two
It'll
years,
take
we'll
2
find.
years.
I
Maybe
can't
we'll
wait.
do 2 weeks.
No, one a week.
December 2026, we'll finally
We'll
get
get the
the
payoff.
number one
You're gonna
best
walk-
number.
I'll write the song. Jeremy will perform it. We'll have an intro. It'll be
I
great.
can't wait. I'm really
You're
excited.
gonna
about
walk
this.
into Chris' room with like the number 23. It's just a bunch of numbers written down. Like no one knows any reason to it.
Yep.
Izzy, what does your shirt say?
ABBA Voyage.
Oh, is this
I
from
got it in
your?
London when I went to the ABBA experience, which
Ooh.
I'm
Ooh,
not
how
supposed
was
to
that?
tell anybody, but you're not supposed to take any videos, right? Or they'll kick you out. They don't know about Ray-Ban meta glasses yet.
Oh,
And
wow.
Anthony
You
recorded the
sneak.
whole damn thing. We just don't post it online.
Was
because
it
then they'll
awesome?
just take it. It was amazing. First of all, it took like about 5 minutes for me to realize, wait a second. They're not really there because ABBA is like
Wait,
really.
what
they're
is
older.
the ABBA?
It's
I don't even know
basically
what
a
this
digital
is.
show. It's like all.
Okay.
They do have a band off to the side that comes into play every once in a while, but you basically it's just. It's not AI. It's just whatever. It's just images of their show that look real, images of them that look real on the stage, and then you throw in all the other bells and whistles. At times they're just giant on the stage, moving around. There's lights. They built this arena, whatever it's called, just for this
Interesting.
ABBA experience, and it's crazy. It's awesome. It took a few minutes to realize they weren't there, and it's like, wow, this isn't even real, and it's even somehow it's even better that way. And then at the end, another 4 fake members of ABBA come out, the old versions of them today. I'm like, wait, is that real? Nope, not really. They got me again. It's such a great show. Little detail
What's
about that show.
What's your favorite ABBA song?
I mean, it's got to be Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
But I would say Lay It On Me is one of my low-key favorites.
Okay. Great
one.
Chiquitica is always a
Okay,
good
what
one.
were you
my
gonna?
dad.
Oh, I love that song.
Not
What
a-
was the
The
little
outro's
detail you were gonna
amazing.
tell us?
So if you're sitting, we didn't get whatever they call it, GA. We just sat in like the first row, just outside of GA. If you're in any seats in the lobby, they'll let you buy a whole bottle of wine.
Ooh.
Just take the whole bottle of wine and however many glasses you want to the table. And never have to get up again.
I love that.
You made me think of when you're videotaping something or doing something with your phone where you're breaking a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have like the best example of like I'm not supposed to be videotaping here, but I'm gonna break rules and do it? Because I think no one's gonna be able to beat it.
I'm such a rules guy that I get nervous about
Same,
this
but
stuff.
I did it once when I was like 10. I snuck a picture of the crown jewels at the Tower of London. I was so scared they were gonna put me in the prison up there and like guillotine me.
I was
Tower of London's amazing.
I was
Put my
doing
head
a
on a
Christmas
spike on the
game.
Tower Bridge.
in Oakland at the time. It was Warriors and who was it? The Cavs, Warriors, Cavs. Big LeBron versus Steph Curry game. I'm doing sidelines. I get done. I look to my right, and Anthony is on the floor taking video, like right in front of, I want to say, Draymond Green. And I was like, you're not allowed to do that. I'm like looking around, and somebody eventually kind of looked at him like he was crazy, like, put that. And they looked at it and he saw he has a credential, and they're like, okay, maybe you can do that. And I just grabbed him and said, let's get out of here.
Nobody can top mine. I'll tell you next. There were armed guards at the Sistine Chapel.
Wow.
And they were like, there's absolutely
The Swiss Guard.
zero.
Were they in the silly little like outfits, like
Yes.
the striped?
They
little
say
outfit?
absolutely no photos, no video.
Or they'll shoot you.
Well, they didn't threaten that, but there just were armed guards there. And you know what I did? You tell me I can't take video? That's what I'm going to do. Take a video.
Have you ever looked at that video?
Never.
Never. Why would you?
I did the exact same
Let me
thing.
see if I can find it. I guarantee you it's going to be like me. Like
It's like so blurry.
It's going to be like me, like holding it low. Like I definitely wasn't like doing it obvious. I was trying to
100%.
be like covert. Let me see here.
I'll try to find mine
So
too.
many millions of people do that every year at the
Yes.
Sistine Chapel.
It became a challenge at some point.
Exactly.
Like,
If
They're all
either one
just
of us
looking to
gave these
win.
videos to the video room back there and had them run it, we would have to take this down from YouTube eventually.
Would we?
Yeah.
Because of ABBA or the Sistine
Both.
Chapel?
Probably both.
Who do
but
you
I would
think
say
has
ABBA.
a stronger copyright
I would say ABBA's is probably more
lawyer?
specific.
ABBA or the Vatican?
I would say ABBA's wrote theirs probably a little bit more recently, and they're probably a little bit better
I've
off.
been like June of 2018. Sorry, go ahead.
No,
You Betcha is brought to you by DraftKings.
Perfect
DraftKings,
timing.
the crown is yours. So DraftKings offers a lot of same game parlays that are already built in. You just go to the website, you go to the game, you click SGP, same game parlay. So one that caught my eye is Patrick Mahomes, 250 plus passing yards, over 1.5 touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs to win from behind, and I'm guessing this means just trail at any time. So I can see them going down 3-0 like in the first drive, and they come back and win the game. And then the over for the game is 49.5 points. It's plus 600 at the time of recording. That's You Betcha, same game parlay on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
I took multiple photos. I was like, you tell me I can't do it. I'm scrolling through here now. Like I have photos, I have videos. Don't tell me I can't do nothing.
Since we're talking
wow.
about Europe, Jess, do you know, you mentioned in the last segment, when's the last person that was killed by the guillotine was? What year?
It was like somewhat recently. I remember. I want to say like in the 19th century.
It is
1977.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that like you don't realize is happening at the
That's so
same time,
fucked.
or like the French Revolution was actually after the American Revolution, but not a lot of people think that.
Jeremy just sent me pictures. You did
I have
the same
several.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah, look at us.
And they're
rebels.
the exact same thing of just like swiping up to the camera and walking with your phone
Yeah.
facing up, taking a photo as like on selfie mode, but going just straight up to the roof
In
so that you can
hindsight,
get the art.
not worth it. because
Not at all.
I have not looked at them since today.
This is the first time I've looked
Yeah,
at
you
those
could also
photos.
just Google that. Like
Yeah.
Google it.
How much do you
Did you
think?
guys
but
see-
we were there.
Did you see Conclave?
I haven't yet, and I really want to. I've heard
I feel
it's
like
great.
kind of a weak Oscars year, no?
I haven't seen all the movies yet, so I can't say for sure. But I did enjoy Conclave,
Yeah,
and I enjoyed Dune. And
That's the only one I've seen.
Have you
trying
seen
to
A Complete
remember
Unknown?
What else? Not yet.
Really
This
good.
is the time of year
Love
where
Chalamet.
I listen to movie titles and
All
learn,
in on
oh, those are the
Chalamet.
good ones. I need to watch those because
Same.
outside of Dune, I hadn't heard of any of these movies.
Same.
Hmm.
I'd seen, I've heard of A Complete Unknown. I have heard of Emilia Perez, and wow, everybody hates that movie. And then
Is it just because it's a musical? Like I have no.
no,
knowledge
because
about
Wicked's
that.
there, and everybody loves Wicked.
Yeah, but at least you knew Wicked was a musical, right? Like if people see what's isn't the premise of Emilia? It's something military, right? It's some sort of no.
It's I haven't seen it yet, but it's like the top. Apparently, it's about like a person that's transitioning.
Yeah.
But it's a.
okay.
I think it's a Spanish director, but it's a French director, but it's in Spanish.
That's correct.
And apparently, it's just really weird. I haven't seen it, so
There's
I
some
have no
like there's
idea.
some shows, movies, whatever. You put music to it, it kind of makes sense, right? Like an episode of Scrubs that they do a musical to. That's great. An episode of Grey's Anatomy, not so much, right? So I feel like they probably had like a really good idea for a movie script, or at least try to get a point across, or really profound thought, and then they were like, I know, let's put it to music, and that probably just
Apparently,
brings it down a few.
the critics apparently like love it though because it's like such a big swing and it's so like. I don't know. I guess it's very different, but
Yeah.
I think like anything can be a musical if it's good. I think some musicals just aren't that good.
Yeah, the short synopsis is: a Mexican lawyer is offered an unusual job to help a notorious cartel boss retire and transition into living as a woman, fulfilling
That's
a
what I
long-held
thought was
desire.
the cartel boss element was interesting.
Yeah, that's one of the things I heard that Mexicans are really mad about. Like it basically
they're singing to
no,
the cartel
no, that
boss
it
stuff?
basically dwindles down their whole culture into drug cartels, and
Yeah,
they don't like that.
It's the combination, seemingly, in terms of the fans of the Mexican community is angry about the way their culture has been distilled down to that, and also bad Spanish speaking within the movie. And then the trans community is frustrated because there's only one trans character in this movie about being trans, and it's fulfilling a whole bunch of kind of harmful stereotypes about the trans
but they took a big
community.
swing, so everybody
But
should
they
love
took
it.
a big swing, and so all the white men judging all of this are like, 13 nominations for you. And it's a
Yeah.
French
I
director,
don't
so
think
they
I'm gonna
love
watch
French
it then.
directors.
I mean, if it's multiple communities pissed off, why do you need to get me pissed off?
I did love A Complete Unknown, though. I thought Timothy Chalamet was amazing.
Oh, that's that one.
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah. I need to see
he's.
that.
I'm all in on that guy.
Like
Censor-
good musical.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is it a
right?
musical,
I mean,
technically?
it's not a musical in that they don't break out into song in a fantastical way. They only break out into song in a way where they're like performing on a stage.
Oh, so
Hear me
it's
out,
not a
though.
musical then.
Dylan.
Better name.
Yeah.
That's not a better
Yeah.
name.
Would've been
No,
way
but
better.
but if you hear Dylan, you
A
automatically know it's
Complete
Bob
Unknown.
Dylan. Like, but if you
That's
hear
what
a
I
complete
think of.
unknown, that's
Yeah.
a complete unknown is a really like
If you
fascinating
don't want to know
title.
what the name of the movie's about.
No,
what
but
the
you're
movie's
like,
about. Yeah,
it's like,
great
oh, what
title.
is that about? Like it
But
sparks
it's a
my
famous
interest.
lyric that anyone who knows Bob Dylan knows.
But
so
if you
I-
don't, you're just intrigued.
But I do know Bob Dylan, and it's just not the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, that
so
makes sense.
Rolling
Dylan.
Stone.
So
But then that's a
then-
different
right,
band.
that-
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's the issue.
So since I mentioned the guillotine thing and the last time someone was put to death by one, Taylor just gave me a fun fact in my ear. When Pablo Picasso died, you know how old your dad was, Chris Cody?
I saw.
know this answer.
I saw this stand-up thing. I saw where Taylor probably saw this. A stand-up comedian saying like,
I know
"Do
how
you
old I
know
was."
when Pablo Picasso died?" Because I was with the comedian. I always thought that Picasso was like in the 1800s.
Yeah, it's one of your least favorite
No.
numbers is when he died.
I'm telling you, it's a
He
common
was like
thing.
a
that-
modernist artist. He
No,
did cubism.
I was shocked to learn
right,
that
because
he died.
Cubism would have been modern in the 1700s too, right? Because it's just crazy.
No, in the 1700s, the art in Europe was much
Picasso
different.
drove a
Does
car.
everybody know that? That's
Picasso
crazy.
drove a
Yeah,
car.
he like died in like the 70s.
73.
Yes.
I think it's-
I'm telling you, like, I mean,
I
maybe
think
you
younger
knew that,
people know this,
but I'm
right,
telling you,
because I'm
that
with
was
you.
shocking to me. I if you would have told me he was in the 1300s,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would have been
Same.
like, that
Same though,
sounds
same.
about right.
I would dust your ass in wits and wagers.
Oh no, you would.
But also old sounding name.
It does.
Pablo Picasso sounds old. Old
The
Italian
fact
guy.
that my dad was 19.
Yeah, he could vote. Your dad could
Pablo
vote when
Picasso
Picasso died. Yeah, that's crazy.
73, right?
Yes.
I get that right.
Yeah.
I was shocked to learn that.
That was -4 years old.
Yeah.
You were baking.
Can we talk about these unpopular opinions?
I know you want. You gotta.
I got
you
to
gotta
gripe
take
with
on
one
it. Go
of
ahead.
these. I don't know if like these are your takes or you just find unpopular
I
opinions.
find them on the internet. Don't
Unpopular
believe me.
opinions.
It says
.com.
Yeah.
groups of more than 2 shouldn't sit at a bar. Now, look, obviously, if we're having a group dinner, I'm with you. If we're here to have dinner, the object of this is we are having a dinner. Yes, no bar. We're obviously going to sit at a table. But if this is like we're meeting for drinks, I have a group of friends that does this. If we're meeting for drinks, like maybe a couple people are eating, but the main thing is it's drink time. I hate a table of 10 sitting at a table. I'd rather go to the bar, even if 3 people have a seat. people are hovering behind. Like, I'm thinking Flanagan's. Flanagan is a perfect bar for like only 3 of our 7 people are sitting.
I think it's more for groups of like 3 or 4 because if you're all sitting in a line and you're on the, there's an episode of Seinfeld about
I'm
this.
a bar
where, like,
stander.
remember,
like if I'm with a group of 4 people, 2 people are sitting, I'll be standing behind your chair.
Yeah, but you never get an honest answer from the people standing. Are you okay? No, yeah, I'm fine. They always feel like they're getting in people's way. I would rather be sitting.
I'm the guy, I'll sit in the chair when you go to the bathroom. I'll take a 2-minute little break. You go, all right, I'll sit here.
I go to bars in groups of 4 all the time.
Then you do
Eat, drink, everything.
Do you sit across?
You try to find a corner. Ideally, you have a corner.
You do love a corner.
Or you have 3 on one side, 1 across, sort of. But
I'd rather have 2 people sitting and 2 people standing than be at a table. If we're all eating, like I said, let me preface, like if we're all eating, yes, let's sit at a table.
Yeah,
but
no, just for drinks, the table's garbage because then every time you need a drink, got to call the waiter and everything.
Oh my God, I found the worst person ever to sit in the middle of a table recently.
Not
my
good middler?
sister. Oh,
Not a good
God.
middler?
Oh, no.
I had to tell her to
Why?
back up so many times. She's not listening to this.
Yeah.
Well, like my sister lived abroad for like 6 years, and she's finally back stateside. So I've actually gotten to see her the last few months. I've seen her a couple times. I'm learning a lot about my sister I didn't know before.
Too much.
Bad middle seat.
That is great.
While we're doing
Europe
this,
has ruined you.
My brother talks way
She
too
was
loud.
in West Africa.
When
but-
we're in these
okay,
groups, my brother, he shouts. And I was like, dude, are you trying to get everyone in the restaurant
You're like,
to hear
shut
you?
up.
I'm like,
yeah.
you're so loud.
Oh, loud talkers. That's
Loud-
another
my
Seinfeld
brother
episode.
is-
Quiet talkers.
Sometimes that's helpful. Sometimes it's a pain. Do you know how they have the technology to make brownies where they all have the corners, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
like
I've
the
seen
pan.
those. It's like
Can
a little
we do
metal
that with
thing.
bars? Can we
All
design
corners.
bars where it's all corners and then
Dude,
it's just not
I
that
love
would-
that idea.
That would blow my mind. Walking
That's
into a bar
great.
that's just all corners, I'd be like, what is this
You just
weird
have to
table?
have
That
this
is
Just a
bartender do a
zigzag.
little
That is
work. but,
fantastic.
That's a great idea.
No,
It's
Call the
it's
bar
easy.
corners.
You put it a circle, and then it's like a star,
You need like
right?
a
So it's just a bunch of corners. I like that.
And when I open this bar, I'm going to also debut a drink. It's an alcoholic drink, but it's called Water for Now. Because everybody
Yes.
always orders a water for now, and everybody knows they're going to drink eventually.
No,
Just
I never.
start off with a
Water for now is what I say when I know I'm not drinking and I don't want to disappoint
Well, even
the
better.
bartender.
So then the bartender gives you a water for now. You're just like,
I
oh,
always
that's
feel
what you
so
ordered.
bad.
You're going to have to drink now.
You know how you can offend me at a bar where I'm not. If I have not talked to you, I don't know who you are.
Hey, dipshit.
If you want to offend me at a bar, what I'm about to say would offend me more than if someone did that. Now, look, I know that there are, what I'm about to say, I guarantee there's going to be pushback here, but I have my defense for it. I hate it when people go to the bathroom, someone I don't know 2 seats down. I don't know you. We haven't spoken a single word. You're about to go to the bathroom, so you take the coaster and you put it over your drink. Now, look, before you attack me, I know that like people get drugs sometimes at bars. I'm not talking about like a suspect bar. I'm talking about like your local watering hole where you shouldn't
And this
be.
is someone in your friend group.
This is, or just like a regular that I don't know, but it's like, I get so offended if a person 2 seats down from me, it's like, oh, so you think I'm going to drug you?
Yeah, so you're taking this as a personal attack. So you're saying it's a personal
if it's
thing.
a woman, I understand. Like, I don't want to be like that.
I've never seen anyone do that before.
That's
it's-
just
it is
customary
such a
for
regular
somebody
thing.
to know, hey, don't take this
Sometimes
glass.
it's
I'm sitting here.
napkins. Sometimes they'll do it with
It's for the
napkins.
bartender, though, right?
It's
Yeah.
more just
I'm sure it's both things.
To me,
It's
I
multi-purpose.
take it as I think this person's going to drug me. If,
Yeah, yeah,
if
I
leave
get what you're
my-
saying.
Chris Cody looks like a predator.
I
But that's
would-
what I'm saying. Like, why are you taking offense to it? It's nothing to do with
What
you.
if they just
If
think
I'm
you
ever,
spit while you
if
talk?
I'm ever
and
at
they
a
don't-
bar, if I'm ever at a bar, and there's one thought of I don't want to leave my drink here. I don't know what might happen to it. I bring it to the bathroom.
Nah, that's weird. Shit
Yeah.
particles in your drink now.
You know what's creepier?
Sharticles.
When that person comes back and you say, I wasn't going to drug you.
Dude, I'm telling you, I
Never say that.
I always
It's the worst thing you could say.
If it happens, I always have to comment to my people I'm with. Like, see what they did there? You see that? You see they put the napkin
I
on
would
the
just
thing?
say, Lehman, watch my drink, or whoever
Right.
I'm with. Yeah.
No, but this is
Don't let
usually,
them take my
it's
drink.
not
Yeah.
usually people that I know.
Would
it's
you rather
usually
they-
like just some
Right.
guy that I haven't talked to.
They don't trust their friends.
Right.
Or they're by themselves.
Right. It's sometimes they're by themselves.
Isn't the universal
Okay.
bar like I'm coming back the tilted
I've
stool?
never
That's what I was
I've
about
never
to
seen
ask.
that
Tilting
before.
the stool.
Yeah, that's the number
forward.
one
That to me, I
stool.
find
See,
like
that's
a little
why-
annoying.
Really?
Rearranging the furniture.
Nah, bro, I can't have somebody come and swoop in because I'm going to go take a piss.
See, I never thought about it that they're doing it so the bartender doesn't take their drink.
Me neither,
away.
me neither.
That actually makes me feel less insulted. I'm glad that
Yeah,
we've had
I'm-
this conversation because
that's
I've always
probably
taken it
what it
as
is.
they're just neurotic and they think they're going to get
There's
drugged
this.
by someone.
I read about this new pill that somebody's designing that you drop it in a drink and it'll turn a certain color to tell you if you're drugged or not. You should just have a bunch of those, and when they come back and be like, here, Just so you're sure, I didn't drug you.
Dude,
I carry these
seriously,
around.
Like, it sparks the idea of drugging someone way more than I was ever thinking about. Oh God! I'm just saying.
Now it's
like,
all- now it's
that's
all I
my
can
point.
think about.
What they're trying to,
No, I
what
just
they're
have to
trying,
drug somebody.
what they're trying to get me not to do, I want to do now more.
Chris.
Chris, I'm going to do you a favor and just get rid of all this so you don't have to.
No, leave it.
No, leave it in.
Can I like pull back the curtain on
Yeah.
something? And we're not allowed to talk about like any hint of planning on the Le Batard Show, so
Yeah.
I'll do this on Mystery Crate. Mike printed out a little topic sheet
Yeah.
today, and part of it says
regular-sized
unpopular
topic
opinions. Mike, these are the dark thoughts of a very depressed person.
Yeah.
Can I read what these say?
They're
What
meant to
this-
be read.
These are so sad. Are you okay?
I'm just grabbing them off the internet. I'm really not thinking these up. I know I'm probably not okay, but that's fine. That's another conversation.
The first one says groups of more than two shouldn't sit at a bar. The second says following your passion is terrible career advice.
Hear me
all
out.
Caps.
Hear me out.
Wait,
So
wait,
that
wait.
is you.
That one's
no,
you.
no, it's not.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Girl Scout cookies are terrible. Stop the group dance at weddings. That one I kind of agree with. Too much cheese on pizza ruins it.
Whoa.
It's worth it to play the lottery. Homemade pasta is bullshit. This one is the most depressed. Sunsets and sunrises have nothing special about them.
Wow.
Wow.
This is somebody who is
Are you
complaining
okay?
about everything, and the only hope for life is I'm going to play the lottery because maybe I'll win. Everything else sucks.
I really hope these aren't all your thoughts because this did make me
Okay,
a little sad. The
so-
sunset sunrise one made me sad.
okay, so
Show
the
us
one.
the website you got this
Yeah,
from.
yeah. I have
Here
like
we go.
this is what I do whenever it's like way too controversial. Okay, this is the actual post. It says follow your passion is terrible career advice. Telling people to follow their passion is borderline irresponsible advice in 2025. Not everybody's passion pays the bills, and romanticizing the idea that doing what you love will magically lead to success sets up people for financial ruin and existential despair.
Well, if people are honest with themselves, my passion is laying in bed, watching TV with a pepperoni pizza.
Hey, guess what? If you do that, you're probably gonna not do well in life. Yeah.
coming in.
And some people follow their passions and are very happy. So I
Yeah.
don't
That's what I'm saying. It's
We're
true,
painting
but,
with a broad
but that's why he says he goes, it's borderline
Did my
irresponsible.
parents write that?
kind of like Picasso.
They're still mad I'm not in a
Homemade
Also-
pasta is bullshit.
It
by the
is.
way.
It's so much work. I can get it for $1.25.
But what if it's homemade but someone else is making it?
That's different.
Then
That's
they're the
fine.
ones dealing with the bullshit. I'm just eating it.
I got a pasta maker, one of those cranks,
Yeah.
whatever.
You've used it one time.
I used it the one time just so I took pictures. I made some fettuccine, I think. I don't know why I said it like that.
I don't know why
And
you said that either.
Fettuccine.
It was okay. It was okay. But like down the street, they make homemade pasta, and it's probably cost a third of what I spent to make that thing. And yeah, I'm just gonna go do that. And
I
that
don't
thing is
know.
all rusted
Do you not
up,
like
and I've never
doing
used it again.
projects though?
Yeah,
It's
just I'm not
like
gonna
part
use
of
my
the fun is the
projects.
journey. I'm
I
a
don't-
baker, and like part of it is like getting all the ingredients and making a mess, and then you get
Yeah.
to eat it after, and it's good.
But have you ever tried to shape the pasta?
yes,
It's
my
just- it's a
family's
bit much.
Italian. They make
If
homemade
part
ravioli
of the process
every
is I gotta
Christmas.
grab
That's
some
unfair.
flour and like throw it on the counter, I'm out.
Okay,
But you did that
Admiral.
so well.
That's the thing. You have to do it, then you throw it. And it's like I can get this for
I just like watching the
$1.25.
eggs. I like watching the egg
Yeah.
yolks.
Oh, that's
God,
another
I
thing.
love
You
egg
got to make a
yolks.
little. You got to make the little mountain, right? And then you put the eggs in the
Yes.
middle, and then very.
I love making a dough out of something that you just look at and be, there's no way that's going to be, oh, wow, it's a dough. That I kind of like. But
You ever
then
want
having to roll it out. and all
female
that-
dude.
Yeah, it's
You ever
hard.
like wonder, you're like, why is that egg yolk so orange?
Yeah,
How that egg yolk
it's
gets
a
so
diet
orange?
thing.
Isn't it
The
like
animals'
yeah?
diet.
They're
'cause
actually healthy. Like
That's why the
more
free range
yellow,
ones
is
are
it the-
more yellow.
Necessarily.
I just said trust whatever the box
I
says.
always see like in these cooking videos like these dark orange yolks, and I'm like, mine are more yellow than that.
Man, you're not yoking.
I have noticed that more expensive eggs do have darker
more-
colored yolks,
more
but I
golden
don't
color.
necessarily
Yeah.
know if that's like good or bad. I'm not an authority on that.
Chris went from Joe Biden talking about eggs to Joe Biden hating on Jeremy Sachet because of that joke.
Speaking of
Bad man.
Speaking of eggs, there are no eggs at the grocery store right
yeah,
now.
Really?
well there
Are
are,
we in
but
that
not like
phase?
yeah. I bought yesterday. There was a good amount, but they do seem a little more pricey.
Thanks, Donnie.
Yeah.
I think it's because of bird flu.
But yeah, thinking that's exactly what it's about actually. So speaking of dough, like, have you guys ever like seen? You probably made some, Jess. Have you ever made a croissant?
No, I've never. So I'm
probably something else you
gluten-free.
gotta throw flour on.
Laminating dough is very hard with gluten free.
That's so
That's what
hard.
that's what I don't get. How is every croissant not like $500? Because like, sir, you have to
they're
roll it
probably
out.
made in a machine now. Like
They-
there's machines that probably fold the dough and like mass produce them.
No, but like yeah, because it's you got to roll it out and then you put butter and then you roll it out and
Yeah.
you put butter.
There's
and you roll, and
definitely
it's like,
machines because
has to.
croissants have never been prettier than they are right now.
Gorgeous.
Croissants are definitely having a
I'm
moment.
sure some bakeries homemade them.
No, I
and just
mean-
make huge batches and it takes them hours. But
There was a place in the Gables I went to not too long ago that had, you know what? I'll send you the picture right now. It was like this croissant with like this green gel and like pistachio, and I'm like, there's like, oh, this is $3. I'm like, how is this not $300?
Wow.
It's crazy. I'll send it to you right
Also,
now.
if you're a
now.
really good baker, you could just do it really fast.
We don't want to
know?
give people ideas. All right, let the cheap stuff stay cheap for a while, okay?
Oh my God, my local coffee shop got like TikTok review bombed, but like in a good way, and it's just packed like 24/7, and it's like this very confusing drink that everyone wants to get. So I'm like going in there, and I drink straight espresso, and there's people are asking for like this multi-step
Do they
drink,
have any
and then
gay
taking
espresso?
pictures. If they did, that's what I would order.
By the way, the unpopular opinion of Girl Scout cookies being terrible, they suck.
No,
I mean,
they
that's
don't.
just
What?
wrong.
They don't
They're
all
terrible.
Ah,
They're so
There's
bad.
like 50 different kinds. How can they all suck?
There's only one that I like. I don't even know the name. So, but all the other ones are bad. Like, and let's get started on
Solid
like
research.
chocolate and mint. Oh, they're just bad.
see,
Thin Mints?
one of my favorite delicacies is just taking a box of Thin Mints and putting them in the
Freezing them.
freezer, and then just eating an
Delicious.
entire box of Thin Mints.
So stoned.
Well,
What'd you say?
So stoned.
Oh yeah, with peanut butter.
I just don't love mint. I mean, it's okay.
It's-
I just it doesn't really enhance
love
that
mint.
Thin
much.
Mint cookies
just wrong.
is the only thing outside of toothpaste that I ingest mint.
really,
I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream.
mint chocolate chip
I don't
ice cream
like
is
mint.
my
Mint.
go-to ice cream.
Oh, I like you less now than I did a little bit ago.
Have you had real mint chocolate chip ice cream? Like not like the flavored extract
No.
kind? Oh, it's
Yeah, like go to
Both are
Jackson's.
good,
Go to
honestly.
Jackson's ice cream and get their mint chocolate chip,
wife
and
always
then tell
wants
me
me to
you
get-
don't like mint chocolate.
That's like
chip.
6 hours. From
My
my
wife and her
house.
sister
It's the best.
I know.
they're addicted to the cinnamon ice cream from there.
Oh my God, I was gonna
Really?
say cinnamon ice cream is so good.
They love the one
It's
at
so
Jackson's.
good.
Really?
It's like I
It's
I
so
haven't tried it.
not for me,
cinnamony.
Cloud.
My issue with Jackson's is that and I'm this way at like most restaurants.
Jackson's
and
is an ice cream parlor.
Is that
Yeah, for the people that don't.
right?
In
that I
Broward.
probably should
In Hollywood, Florida, by the way.
describe that. Dania. So
whatever.
the
Get it right.
Different part of Egypt. Who
by the,
cares?
the Fort Lauderdale airport.
the issue that I get to is that I fall in love with a dish or I fall in love with a flavor of ice
And then you
cream
gotta get it
or a
every
dessert,
time.
and then I'm so afraid
You're
of
like my
getting
wife.
something
My wife
that
orders the
won't,
same exact thing every time we go to a
yeah,
restaurant.
that
It's
won't
like,
be up to snuff.
I'm like the opposite. I'm like, I got this last time, getting something else.
So
depends
my
on the
problem is I
place.
try to order like 6 things at once. Like
Yeah.
I'll just go to Jackson's
you
and be
pressure
like, I'm
Lehman.
gonna
You're
get
like, Lehman, you want this, right? Yeah, you should get this,
Oh.
and then I'll get this, and we could split it.
100%.
Right? That's what you want,
we
right?
share everything though. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have the same palate. We share all of our dishes.
It's so
Yeah.
stressful to order that way because it's the same thing with me and Anthony, except we don't eat the same things, right? So I've got to, like, it's a lot
you
of pressure
resent
on
each
me to
other?
find something that we can both like.
It is pressure because me and my wife, we don't agree on everything, but we try to find.
But it
stuff.
also can't be the first thing on his list, right? So if like I take his thing and that's he's gonna settle for something that's not as good, and it's just like, oh man, maybe I should just order what I want, and then he'll always say, no, get whatever you want. And I'm like, I know what that really means.
Do you
Like,
start
just
playing
get that
the
thing.
"this looks good" game, where things you're saying looks good are things you want them to order? It's like I don't actually want to order this thing,
Yeah.
but I want
But
it
I
to
wanna
work.
try
I want
yours.
you to order it,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna be like, man, that's lasagna. Looks
My current
really good.
my current strategy is to not say anything and let him engage with the server for as long as possible and hope he makes a decision before he even turns his head toward me.
Yeah.
Because if he can do that, then I'm in the clear.
If you're a couple and you go to a restaurant, just the two of you, and you order the same dish, you're not gonna work out.
It's not-
Yeah, my wife has
Thank you. Not
protested
going to that
against
wedding.
me
No,
doing
you-
that.
Yeah, 'cause
are-
you gotta try something else.
Your relationship will fail.
Yeah.
You guys aren't in this for the right things.
Yeah.
You're selfish.
Is it okay
super-
if you are ordering from that restaurant? So if it's like
Sounds
to
like
go.
Jeremy and his wife order the same thing all the time.
No, I just really like the J. Alexander veggie burger, and my wife's a vegetarian, so she only has so many options.
J. Alexander's
There's
is one
so
of my
many.
favorite local spots, and the
Where the
fact
hell
that
is
you
that?
order the
It's
veggie
great.
burger
Thank you.
makes me want
Where the
to.
hell
not
is
every
that?
time.
I could have given you 15
Not every
other
time.
things that
I
I
have
memorized
15
from that
other things
menu,
there.
other than the
Their
turkey.
actual
really
burger
good
is
things.
really
Their
good.
burger's
J. Alexander
delicious.
a
Like
local
Maui,
store? I thought it
the
was a
steak
chain.
and fries.
I am
It is- it's a
just
local- I don't
pointing
know.
out one
There's like 3 or
thing
4.
where
It's
we
a chain
overlap.
around
She's
here.
a
I don't know.
vegetarian. There's not a lot of times where this happens, and I'm just throwing it out there. Is it okay in an order to go? You guys
I
stuck
love
with the
Jeremy and his
specific
wife,
order.
Like, man, we both want this veggie burger.
It's not. It's not like in that scenario, Jeremy.
You said we're not going to work
Best
out if we
damn
order the same
carrot cake
thing.
in town.
That's
That's
incredibly
100%.
I
accurate.
love
There's a
carrot
copy.
cake.
There's a
Wine
copy.
with the
God.
with the
Oh,
icing on it.
Stop it.
Oh, it's so good.
Cream cheese frosting.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeremy,
it's amazing.
In that scenario,
Tell you
just
you
so
should go
your
there
wedding,
just for that.
so your marriage
Works out.
can stay happy.
It's good for now.
Order a third thing.
Yes.
And if you don't,
Yeah,
order
works
something
out.
that'll keep.
Get an
right?
app.
If
Get
you
a
don't eat it,
get a
okay,
jumbo
well,
shrimp.
Oh, we get a
100%.
little artichoke.
So,
Delicious.
number one, this episode of Miscreate is brought to you by DraftKings. The crown is yours. Chris just like headbutted his mic.
You're just chip your tooth?
Punch myself in the face with this
Unbelievable.
microphone.
Okay, I mean,
We get a slow motion of that. I like leaned in for a laugh and I hit this.
How did you do
I
that?
was like laughing. So I was leaning in and I.
Jeremy did that by saying artichoke.
Yeah,
And
this
that-
episode of Mystery Crate is brought to you by DraftKings. The crowd is yours, number one. And number two, I went to dinner with my sister and her husband the other day.
Whoa.
Couldn't be further away from your
Yeah,
lap, please.
yeah, seriously. Thank you. Yeah, with my sister and her husband. And I ordered first. I go, can I get the chicken parm? The guy goes, yeah, sure. Then they both go, oh, yeah, we're both going to have chicken parm too. Never been more
Nope.
disgusted in my life.
Come back around. You got to
Yeah.
come back around to me. If somebody orders the same
correct.
thing, no.
Well, I was like, but then I was like, that's my sister and her husband. If I would have been like a
You're
date
not
or
gonna
something.
share your sister's.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would have just
Well,
punted
I
on
mean,
it
I don't know
all
I
what
would
together.
thinks
take.
about his
Meanwhile,
sister.
if my sister ordered something that I wanted and was sitting next to me, I would take half of her meal
Yeah.
and not feel bad.
Mike, if you were on a date and the date ordered the same thing as you, would you like get up to go to the bathroom and never come back?
It's definitely a strike.
So
Definitely a
you
strike
wouldn't let your
against it.
sister order the same thing?
No, definitely not.
Speaking of weird incestuous situations, there's a show that I overheard somebody at the gym talking about on Paramount called Landman. This is the one where Jerry Jones had that monologue where he absolutely killed it. I haven't gotten to it because I couldn't get past the first episode. I don't want to trash anything. I could suggest you go watch that and tell me if the relationship between Billy Bob Thornton and his daughter on the show is appropriate.
That's
or
what
not.
I've heard.
Because
That's the only thing I've
why
heard
I
about the
checked
show.
out on that show.
Really?
It's just a little weird.
It's weird.
Is
little weird.
He's just like compliment, like you look so pretty. Like what's like?
It's just a little weird. I mean, if you talk, first
the
of all,
vibe,
they
just
talk
the
about
vibe?
sex. Okay, you want me to spoil it for you?
No.
Spoil it.
we
Okay,
can-
no, you
we
don't
don't
have
have
to.
enough time.
Yeah, we only have 40 seconds.
Okay. Well, there is one story. It's 40 seconds worth. And I
Okay.
believe she was telling this story maybe while she had her underwear on in front of her dad. I'm not sure. But she was talking about her sex life, and she said what her and her current partner allow in their sexual endeavors. And just that phrasing in itself was just made me wildly uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like if I was the father, I would have run out of the room and maybe jumped out the window. But he was just like, okay. And then it gets a little weirder.
Greg Cote Show. Brad Williams this week.
Best podcaster in the business.
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye.